Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to check out my competition day report here at Lake of the Ozarks. We had our second Ozark Division BFL event today, and going to give you a rundown how my day went and sort of go over it a little bit, and hopefully it'll help you guys catch some good fish as a result of some things that I learned today on the lake, and I want to share with you guys in today's video. Also, guys, just a quick invitation. I'd like to invite everybody to please consider hitting that subscribe button. By hitting that subscribe button and the like button and sharing the videos is a good way to support the channel. And also, guys, if you want to go to the next level on the channel, you can become a channel member. Members get extra videos every week that aren't seen by the public, and some access to my email address for your fishing questions. So just go to my homepage and click on the join button and the channel description for that. So I really appreciate that, guys. Okay, you can see the thumbnail. I got a couple big ones today, and I sort of want to go over what happened in practice, what led me to be able to figure it out a little bit today, and to share with you guys what went on. Now, the first day of practice, I went quite a ways up the river here. I was looking for a little bit more stained water, but when I got up there, the water was a lot cleaner than what I wanted it to be. It was probably some of the cleanest I've ever seen it for this time of year. And those fish, the good fish, were not shallow. And I caught a ton of, non-keepers. I was catching most of them on the Megabass Vision 110. I caught a couple on the crankbait, but by far most of them were on the jerkbait. And really perplexed me a little bit, even because with the water temperature the way it was, I really felt those better fish should be there. So that second day of practice, I just wanted to go to a different area of the lake, and I went up the Niangua arm of the lake that second day. And same thing, I caught a lot of small fish, but I don't even think I had a keeper yesterday. So today, after that, it's like, I kept thinking to myself, okay, these fish are definitely in the later phases of the pre-spawn. Water temperatures in the mid-50s. I need to concentrate on those staging areas. You guys hear me talk about a lot on the channel when I'm talking about pre-spawn fishing. Some of the best pre-spawn areas, guys, are channel swings, bluff banks, all that type of stuff where those big ones get on. So I wanted to do that today. I felt that if I could just get in the right water in those type of structures, I could, probably do pretty good with it. So anyway, I went to the mid-lake area today, and I was pretty much committed to running those staging areas that we're talking about. So get out there, and right off the bat, like the first 30 minutes, guys, I had a big one on. That's probably, I don't know, it was a 5 or 6 pounder on the jerkbait, and I'm throwing it on an 8-pound test Seaguar and Vizix line, and I'm fighting this fish in, and man, it is just dogging. It is pulling so hard, and it come up and wallered a little bit. And then I don't know what the deal was. There must have been like a brush pile or something, because the fish made a dive down there, got in that dang brush pile, and broke my line. So right off the bat, lose a big one, which early in the day like that, I mean, it sucks to lose a big one anytime, but it really sucks to lose it right off the bat in the morning. So, that's the way my morning started out. And then started running around, started fishing, and started catching quite a few non-keepers. For about the first probably 2.5 hours, didn't have a keeper on the boat for maybe 3 hours. It was probably close to 10 o'clock, 10:30. I think it was 10:30, and I still hadn't had a keeper. So I'm committed to running these pre-spawn staging areas. So I pull up on this one, and I throw out there, and I'm throwing another thing, guys, I wound up catching all my fish today on the Megabass 110 Silent, the Silent model, and I'll link that in the description, my Tackle Warehouse link, guys. I'll talk about that more here at the end of the video, but the Silent 110 is a really good bait to throw under heavy fishing pressure, which the lake was hammered today, guys. Like, every freaking local was out here, crappie fishermen everywhere. The back of every pocket had a boat in it. Every point had a boat in it. It was thousands of boats on the lake today. Okay, so anyway, I'm back on this, channel swing there. I throw out there, and I've got a loop in my line on my spinning rod. Now, I weight my jerk baits where they sink just a little bit. I like them to sink. So I'm pulling this loop out on the jerk bait. And my jerkbait, I'd made a long cast with it out there. So anyway, it took me probably 20 seconds. So the water's 7 or 8 feet deeper I'm fishing. So my jerkbait's laying on the bottom. Guys, I pick it up, and my line's swimming out, and it's a 5.5 pounder. The fish, that 5.5 pounder ate my jerkbait sitting still on the bottom. That's the first time that has ever happened to me. I could not believe it. It's like, so right off the bat, I said, well, that was a gift. It makes up for losing that other big one I had. So fish around, start running that same type of pattern, catching some non-keepers, and then about probably an hour and a half or two later, I catch my second one, which was a good one. Another one, 3 3/4, nice, good tournament fish. So that gave me 2, and kept fishing, committed to running that. I knew after catching that big one, I was on the right path. Although I was losing that big one and catching the big one, so I've had 2 big bites on my pattern of the channel swings. But I keep catching non-keepers with that. So I had probably about an hour and a half left to fish. In the day, I've only got 2 fish left, and I pull up on this channel swing there, throw out there, and one gets it. As soon as I pulled into the fish, I knew it was a big one. I mean, I could just tell it was a giant when it came up and jumped, and I said, "Oh my God, this is a giant!" And it's got one barb of the back hook in its mouth, and I've got 8-pound line on my spinning rod. This is the fish. I finally got it in, but it weighed 6 pounds. So anyway, the fish, I'm fighting it. I knew it's barely hooked, so I'm back reeling because I don't want to put any pressure on that fish. And I'm into this fight like 2 minutes, and all of a sudden the fish dives down and gets me in a brush pile, and you got to be kidding me, because I can see this is a giant, So I'm right over the brush pile. I've got 8-pound line, and I could feel the fish moving a little bit. And then all of a sudden it stopped moving. And I told my co-angler, it's like, I don't feel it anymore. I think it's off. So I reeled down, and when I reeled down, I could feel the top of the brush pile, and I sort of shake my rod, and all of a sudden the line came free, and I look over, and my line's like 20 foot out behind the boat, and that fish had swum underneath the brush pile, back behind the boat, and jumps back behind the boat. Fight it, finally get it in the boat, and it's a 6-pounder. So now I've got 2 big ones, 2 really big ones, the ones you saw in the thumbnail, and another nice one. So I had an hour and a half to fish before, caught a couple other non-keepers, and guys, I could not get my limit. I weighed 3 fish that weighed 14 pounds 3 ounces for 3 fish, and after losing that big one, probably cost me winning the tournament, because that was a 5 or 6 pounder, the one I lost. So I guess it turned out okay. I mean, considering the way practice went. And that's the one thing about it, guys, is you have to, I probably could have caught a couple keepers if I just picked up the crankbait and just went down the bank, but I wanted to commit to that channel swing pattern because I had 3 big ones on it. And it's like, if you don't fish for big ones, you're never going to win the tournament. So if I'd have got that one in and got one more bite, I'd have probably blew the tournament away. But as it turned out, got a check, made some good points in the tournament, and learned a lot from here. So, but anyway, guys, what I was telling you with this, the lake was getting hammered today, and a lot of people fish the Megabass Vision 110 on this lake, but hardly nobody fishes that silent model. And guys, when you're fishing around finicky, heavily pressured bass like Lake of the Ozark, try that silent model. Guys, I'll link it in the Tackle Warehouse description. They got a bunch of colors. It works really good under tough fishing conditions or heavy fishing pressure. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in for the videos this week, and we'll hope it helps you guys catch a few, and we'll talk later.